Karma is not what you think. Here's the truth about soul contracts, energy, and letting lessons unfold. We've all heard it. That's karma. Usually tossed out with a laugh, a shrug, or a smirk when something happens to someone that we feel is poetic justice. The driver who cut you off gets pulled over moments later. The coworker who gossips about everyone then loses their job. The ex who treated you terribly ends up alone and bitter, and we nod and we say, karma got them. But here's the thing. That's not karma. At least not in the way the word was originally meant. What we call karma today is actually something else, something much simpler and far more immediate. The real spiritual concept of karma is much bigger, much deeper, and so much less about punishment than most people realize. Before we dive in, please take this moment to tap the like and subscribe buttons. And I know you're sick of hearing that, and believe me, we're all sick of saying it. But almost 75% of the people who repeatedly watch a channel never subscribe. So if you wouldn't mind, it would really help me out a lot. And it's the only way really to make a living on YouTube is when we hit that magic number. So, all right, we've got that out of the way. I appreciate you. Thank you. And let's start with the true nature of karma. The concept of karma originates in ancient spiritual traditions, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, and it's been interpreted in slightly different ways in each of those religions. But at its core, karma is the sum total of our soul's actions, intentions, and lessons carried over from lifetime to lifetime. It's not a cosmic vending machine. And you don't insert a good deed and get a good outcome. Insert a bad deed and get struck by lightning. It just doesn't work like that. It's more like a vast, intricate web. Every thought, action, and intention you've ever had is a thread in that web, shaping the circumstances and lessons of your current and future lives. And here's the key. Karma is pre-contracted. So what do I mean by that? Before you were born into this life, your soul sat down at the planning table with your guides, your higher self, and often other souls you've known for lifetimes. Together, you mapped out the major themes, challenges, and relationships you would encounter this time around. Why? To create opportunities to balance the scales of past lives, resolve unfinished lessons, and evolve as a soul. You might have agreed to be born into a family where love was conditional, not because you deserved pain, but because your soul needed to learn self-worth from the inside out. You might have chosen a partner that would betray you, not as punishment, but as a way to master boundaries, discernment, and personal power. These are karmic contracts, soul-level agreements to meet certain experiences in this lifetime, no matter how uncomfortable our human finds them. And it's all so that growth can happen. Think about things that have happened in your life. Where have you learned something that you've applied to the rest of your life? I bet you were meant to learn that lesson. So what we're really talking about in all of this, what is not karma, is energetic reciprocity. And this is the karma people think they know. Now, the karma most people talk about is something completely different than the original spiritual origins. Energetic reciprocity is a term that most people have not heard. And this is the simple truth that the energy you put out in this life tends to return to you, and often quickly. So be kind, generous, and open-hearted, and people are more likely to respond to you with the same. Be cruel, dishonest, or selfish, and you may find yourself surrounded by distrust, conflict, or isolation. We're seeing this all over the place every single day. This isn't cosmic punishment, it's resonance. You are basically a tuning fork, and the energy you broadcast is the note you attract back. Where karma is the long arc of your soul's journey over lifetimes, energetic reciprocity is the short arc, the immediate, in this life feedback loop. And it is important to practice the art of letting karma play out. One of the most powerful spiritual skills you can learn is knowing when to step in and when to step back. We live in a world that prizes helping, fixing people's problems, offering advice, smoothing over conflicts. But sometimes, in our eagerness to help, we interfere with someone else's karmic contract. If karma is pre-contracted, that means certain experiences are meant to unfold, even if they're painful. That difficult relationship, that loss, the betrayal, it's all part of a karmic contract, and trying to remove it before the lesson is learned can actually keep the person or you stuck in the cycle. And yes, sometimes this means letting someone you love hit rock bottom. It means trusting that their soul is equipped to handle the lesson it agreed to. It means resisting the urge to carry a burden that is not yours. So how can you tell your own karma from someone else's? The tricky part is, karma can overlap. Your karma contract might include being the person who tries to rescue someone until you finally learn you can't save them. Their karmic contract might be about learning self-reliance after being abandoned or let down. And this is where awareness becomes your superpower. So ask yourself, is this situation mine to resolve, or is it part of someone else's journey? Am I helping because my soul is called to, or because my ego just can't stand watching someone else struggle? If I step back, will the lesson have space to unfold for them? Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is walk away. You can offer support, you can offer love, you can offer compassion, but you don't necessarily need to help someone or solve their problems. So what about the completion of karma? Karma is not about endless punishment. It's about completion. When you fully face a karmic lesson, when you integrate its wisdom, that thread is woven closed. It's like when you knit or crochet and you weave your ends in. You don't have to repeat it in the next life. And completion may come in many forms. It may be forgiving someone who will never apologize. And I know that's a big one. We call forgiveness the other F word. And if you need some help understanding forgiveness and what it really is, send me a message and I'll explain it, because it is not what you think it is. And yes, walking away from a pattern you've repeated in relationship after relationship will heal you. It is a completion. Finally seeing yourself as worthy without external validation is so important. And here's the beautiful part. When you complete a karmic cycle, you create space for something new. Not just for you, but for every soul your energy touches. We should be living with karma consciously. When you understand that karma is a long game and energetic reciprocity is a short game, life becomes a lot more clear. You stop taking every bad day as punishment and start seeing it as feedback or a lesson you pre-agreed to meet. It also makes you more intentional. You could be asking questions every day like, what energy am I putting into the world right now? Am I creating ripples I actually want to live in? Which of my challenges might be pre-contracted, and how can I move through them instead of resisting them? Something that we often talk about in the funeral world is that you have to feel the pain to heal the pain. This is the same kind of idea. Karma is not here to punish you. It's here to guide you. And the more consciously you engage with it, the more gracefully you can move through it, and the more you can allow others to move through theirs as a result. So the next time you hear someone say, "That's karma," remember, maybe it's not karma at all. Maybe it's just the energy they've been putting out coming back. Or maybe it's part of a much bigger soul level agreement you'll never fully see from the outside. If you're ready to uncover your karmic contracts, to see the map your soul has laid out for you, the lessons you're here to complete, and how to free yourself from the cycles you're tired of repeating, this is the work I do every day with my clients. Not to fix you, but to help you remember why you're here, what you came to learn, and how to finally graduate from the patterns that have followed you through your lifetimes. I thank you for spending this time with me today. I would love to meet you in the comments. As ever, have a magical day.
Footsteps fade on a silver street. The air hangs heavy where shadows meet. Clouds roll like a whispered sigh. Under a clouded sky, I wonder who am I? The wind it calls, it doesn't lie. Under a clouded sky, raindrops fall, but they don't feel cold. Every step feels like a story untold. The world is quiet, the world is wide. Every question lingers still, every answer Echoes drift where the heart can't see. Time dissolves like mist to the sea. A fleeting